Hi, my name is Heather, and today I'm going to show you the website GoodNightReads.co. This is a website where you can get reviews for your children's book. I'm going to talk about my experience with the website. I'm going to show you how to use it, and I'm going to share my opinions on the whole process and whether it's worth it or not for you to get reviews for your book through this website. First of all, when you go to GoodNightReads, you're going to see a bunch of children's books listed here. And in a nutshell, how it works is that you can get reviews for your book by reviewing other people's books. And the reviews are going to be on Amazon and on Goodreads. So it's kind of like a give review, get review kind of situation, which I think is a really great concept. And I really like the main idea of the website. When you go to sign up, after you pick whether you're a reader, illustrator, or author, it's going to take you to this web page where you have to have an invite or request an invite. You can't just sign up, which I think probably stops a lot of people from signing up, because I actually tried the request an invite button and I just sat there and waited for days and days and nothing happened. And then I had to email them. And then eventually they gave me an invite and then I was able to join. And then since I'm making this video, I can give you an invite link so that you don't have to go through this whole long process like I did. But then once you go to log in, then it's going to take you to this page and you can add your books to this page. I only have one book on here because I have the free plan. And if you want to do more books, then you have to do a paid plan. And if you delete a book, you can't add one after that. So just keep that in mind. The one book that you add, if you just want to use the free plan, is going to be the only book that you're going to get reviews for. Let's go ahead and look at these plans because maybe I'll just sign up at least temporarily so that I can make this video. Here's the plan. So we have the free one, which is just one book, and then you can have 3 or more reviews per month. And then for $14.55 a month, you can have 5 books and then 18 plus reviews per month. And then the annual one is $145 a year. The thing is, I just don't even know if I would make this much per year from this website to be able to pay for that. Like, I don't know if I would sell that many books just from getting these reviews. I do think that reviews are really important, but I don't think I could pay $145.50 per year. I just don't know if that would be worth it for me. The monthly one, though, like maybe you can sign up and do a few months and then cancel the membership and then just get a lot of reviews from that. So that might be pretty helpful. So I'm going to do this and I'm going to upgrade it for this video so that we can walk through the process together and then I can show you how to add a book. Okay, when you sign up, it's going to ask whether you want to leave your reviews on Amazon or Goodreads. And whichever website that you pick, you're going to have to make sure you put your reviewer name. So like mine is Raspberry H, it's not Heather Cash or anything like that. And the reason why you have to put this is because once you put a review on Amazon for someone else's book, then they're actually going to go to that book page on Amazon and they're going to scan the page and look for your username to make sure that you actually reviewed that book. That's how these reviews are like pretty much guaranteed, because they're not just taking people's word for it. They're actually going on the page and looking for that username to make sure that your book is reviewed by that person. So you got to make sure that your username is correct here. So if you leave a review on Amazon, look at the username that's under that review, and that's what you're going to want to put here. Or likewise for Goodreads, it's the same thing. You're going to want to make sure you use the right username. And then you can put some social media stuff here. I'm going to pick my subscription that I want and save. Now let's go up to my books up here. Here you can see we have available credits is 0, and when you leave a review, then you get credits that are going to be used as reviews for your book. We go down here and we find my book, Bitsy Bee's Bad Day. So I'm going to add another book here. Click Add Book. And I'm going to add my Platy's Perfect Day book. So I'm going to go ahead and fill out the info for that. And then we need to upload an image for the cover, which you can actually grab that super easily from Amazon, but you want to make sure you get the big version of the cover. So if you go to the Amazon listing, you're going to want to click on the cover so that it gets big, and then right click and do Save Image As, and then you can just save it as whatever you want. And then you can go ahead and close that. So over here, I'm going to click on the cover button and I'll just upload that image. For the book content, they want you to upload a PDF of your book. And then the users on the website are actually going to download the PDF of your book, which I know a lot of people probably aren't okay with. I would probably do like a lower res version of it just so that it's not print quality or anything like that. But the other thing is that if you just upload the PDF of your book that you had uploaded to Amazon KDP or Ingram Spark, then it's only going to be viewed one page at a time, because they don't have like a special viewer like Simple Booklet or something where it shows it as a book. So if you want them to view your book as the actual spreads, then you're going to need to create a PDF of your book as spreads. So I'm going to show you how to do that in Canva so that you'll have a PDF that you could upload to this website if that's how you need people to view your book, which with my books, I definitely would need them to view it like that because that's how I design the children's books. And I think that's how most children's books are designed. So I'm going to go to Canva and I'm going to go to create. And then I'm going to go down here and click upload. And I'm going to do upload files. And I'm going to pick my children's book PDF that I had uploaded to Amazon KDP, and I'm going to click open. So here it is uploading. And now I'm just going to click on it. And here is my imported PDF. Now I want to resize it so that I can have it in all spreads. And you can actually only do that if you have Canva Pro. So if you don't have Canva Pro, then you can create a new document and then you'll just need to copy and paste all of the pages in. But if you have Canva Pro, you can just go to resize and go to custom size. And then you're going to want the width to be 2 times whatever the width of your document is right now. The width of my document is 8.625. So if we multiply that by 2, then we're going to get 17.25. And I'll just leave the height the same. And then I'll do resize this design. I'm also just going to rename this. I'm going to call it Platy Spreads. And now I'm just going to place all of my pages side by side. So the first page is my title page, and I'm just going to delete it because it's the same as the cover for mine. I'm going to pull this page over to the left, and then this is the page that would be on the right of that. So I'm just going to pull this up to here, and I'm just going to let it snap to the right. So now this page is blank, and I'll just delete it. And I'm just going to do that for every page. So I'm going to pull this to the left. I'm going to grab this, bring it up. And that spread is done. Now I can delete the blank page. Now, if you don't have Canva Pro, I'm going to show you how you would do that. So you're just going to have the document open just how I have it here, except it wouldn't be resized. And then I'll just create a new Canva file here by clicking this plus sign. And I'll do custom size. I'm going to change the units to inches. And for the width, I'm going to put the same thing that I put when I resized it, which is 17.25. And then the height, I want it to be the same as the height of this document, which is 8.75. And then I'll do create new design. This is the size of your spread. So all you're going to do is copy the pages over. So I would click one and do copy, come over here and paste and put it to the left. And then I would go to the next page, click on it, copy, come over here, paste, and just put them together. So that's how you would do that version. Now I am done putting all of my spreads together, and now I'm just going to download the PDF of the spread. So I'm going to go to Share, Download, and I'm going to pick PDF Standard because I don't really want this to be a printable PDF. We're going to flatten the PDF, and then I'm going to download. So now if I go back to the GoodNightReads page, I can click on the book content PDF button, and then I'll just pick that PDF that I just downloaded and click open. And during this upload process, your PDF might not actually get uploaded, which it's not super obvious here because, as you can see, my PDF didn't upload here because you don't see the PDF here as if it had uploaded, but I wouldn't really know it because it's not like in a red error box or anything like that. So if that does happen to you, then you will later get an email that says that your book has been denied. And it just says on here, it looks like you didn't upload a PDF. So you can just reply to this email and just attach your PDF to the email, and then they'll upload it for you. And then you'll get an email later saying that your book has been approved. And they actually uploaded my PDF and approved my book the same day. So it was super quick. Now we're going to put the Amazon ASIN or the ISBN 10 here. So I'll just go over to Amazon, scroll down, and I can just find this right here, ISBN 10, or if it says ASIN, you'll copy that. So I'm just going to double click to select it, copy, and paste. And then we're going to add the GoodReads link. So I'm going to go to GoodReads, and then I'm just going to search for my book here. And it usually just automatically shows up on GoodReads for me when I publish on KDP or Ingram Spark. So here's the listing, and I'll just click on it. And I'm going to copy the URL up here, but I'm only going to copy it to right before the question mark because these are all just extra parameters that we don't need. So I'm going to grab everything before the question mark and I'm going to copy. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to paste. And this is Public Reader Library Live or Hidden. My only guess is that this is something where like people can just come read it without having to sign up or something like that. But I'm just going to do hidden so that the only people who can read it are the ones who are actually going to leave a review. And then this is about leaving private feedback instead of submitting a review. So they wouldn't actually post the review. They would just let you know the feedback. So I'm not going to check that because I would rather have an actual review. And this is a children's picture book that contains no more than 3,000 words. I am going to check this, and it looks like you do have to check it in order to submit this. This just means that it's more pictures and it's not a lot of words. It's not like a chapter book, like it's actually a picture book. And my book is free of profanity, sexual content, drug references, or other inappropriate stuff. I'm going to check that. And I give GoodNightReads permission to show any data I've provided to GoodNightReads users. I'll check that one. And we can submit. Now we have submitted this book. Down here it says earn credit. Basically, you are going to earn credit for this book to have reviews. So if I click on earn credit, then I'm going to review other books so that I can earn credits for this book to get reviews. So if we click on these three dots, it says request a review costs 1 credit and promote it to readers costs 3 credits. So we're going to earn some credits. So let's go ahead and click on earn credit. So here's some books that we can pick from to review. I think this one looks pretty cute with the doggy, so let's pick that one. So now I'm just going to click checkout. And it says this book was added to your checkouts. Now we have to go to my checkouts and scroll down. And here is this book. It says it's awaiting the review. We're going to click read and review, and we'll do view PDF. So it opens up in this little interface here. And as you can see, this one was uploaded just one page at a time, so you don't really get to see the spreads how they were meant to be seen. So if you don't do the spreads like I showed you, then this is how your book will display, just one page at a time. I'm going to go ahead and read through this book, and then we can leave a review. I'm done reading the book. If I scroll down on the page, then there's the review on Amazon link, so I'm just going to click on that. And here's the book on Amazon. So I'm just going to scroll down, and then right under this little ratings part here, I'm going to click write a customer review. And then you need to add a title for your review. And I'll submit. So now that is reviewed, but GoodNightReads needs to scan the page and find my review, so they don't actually know that I reviewed it yet. I'll come back once all of this stuff is updated, and then I can show you how to use the credits. It's been 4 days, and all of my reviews are now up, and GoodNightReads has converted them to credits. It actually took quite a few days for Amazon to post the reviews, but then once Amazon posted them, GoodNightReads was actually pretty quick at converting them to credits. Like they would do it pretty much the same day as soon as it went up live on Amazon. And one thing that was really nice is that you do get an email from GoodNightReads every time that you do earn a credit from doing a review. So you'll know as soon as you do get that credit, and then you'll be able to go into GoodNightReads and use it for your book. I ended up reviewing 5 books. That way we'd have some credits to work with. So if I go to GoodNightReads and I go to my books page, then here you can see that I have 5 available credits. So now I can scroll down and you can see that GoodNightReads actually animated my cover for Platy's Perfect Day, which is so cute. They didn't animate the one for Bitsy Bee's Bad Day, and I'm not sure why, but this one is just so adorable with him knitting like that. So anyways, if I go ahead and click on this, then this is going to open up and I can request a review for 1 credit and I can promote it to readers for 3 credits. So we're going to do both of those so you can see how it works. So I'm going to click on request review. And then I'm going to check this box that says spend 1 credit and add this book to the queue for a guaranteed review. And I'm going to do request review. And that's it for that. So now we can go ahead and do the promote to readers. So let's click on that one. This says spend 3 credits and promote this book to over 1,500 readers on GoodNightReads. We'll send you a copy of the email too. And it looks like you can pick which day you want to schedule it for. So I'll just go ahead and schedule the one for this Friday. And that says that it was scheduled. And then we do still have 1 more credit. So I'll just go down here and request another review. So now we just need to wait for the book to be reviewed, and that's how we get reviews through GoodNightReads. And for the promotional email, this is what it looks like. So again, that was 3 credits to have that book promoted, and according to GoodNightReads, they said it went out to 1,500 people. Overall, I think this website is a really great way to get reviews for your children's book, and I love that they do have a free version. And I do think that when you find a children's book on Amazon and you look at the reviews and there's a lot of reviews there, I do think that it's more likely that people will purchase the book as long as it's a lot of positive reviews. So I hope this was helpful. If you decide to try GoodNightReads, let me know in the comments and share what you thought about it and what was your experience with the website. And did you get some good reviews from the website? Let us know in the comments. And if you have any questions, of course, let me know those in the comments as well. Or as always, you can email me at heather@heathercash.com. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so I know to make more videos like this. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.